Yeah. All right, I'm back in this motherfucker, man. I'm back. I'm back, y'all. One time for your mind. Let's see what we get. Let's see who taps in. Cheapo with the awesome. You know what I'm saying? My bad about that. I'm not sure what happened, but it seemed like I lost my live earlier. It was crazy. Hated that too. Non-Voss, I appreciate you for coming back. I'm not sure what happened with that. What did the screen go blank or something? Because it said reconnecting or something. Like it started to spin, and then all of a sudden it was gone. Okay, OM Josh, I appreciate you, man. What's going on? I appreciate you for the compliment too. I appreciate you, OM Josh. Where you from, man? You know what I'm saying? Are you a man or you know what I'm saying? OM Josh, I don't want to make assumptions. Yeah, it just started buffering. It was the game. It was game. Right. Okay, my bad. You know what I'm saying? My bad, y'all. And appreciate y'all, you know what I'm saying, for tapping back in. Y'all could be anywhere, you know what I'm saying? But y'all, however y'all with me. So what did I leave off at, y'all? The bottom line is I believe masculinity is very important. You know what I'm saying? That's in the end. And when you have guys who want to get pushback, like my question is, okay, I'm from India. Let me see. That watermelon and KFC joke I tried to make in your. Oh, okay, Josh. Yeah. I remember when I said, I don't know. I said, ask your mother. Shout out to Joshie, man. Yeah, I remember. I said, I don't know what's for dinner or something. I said, ask your mother or something. You know, something like that, man. Yeah, I do remember you, man. Shout out to you for being here. You got a good sense of humor too. It take guts. You know what I'm saying? Be a man. You know what I mean? And come on over here. I got your ass back. I burnt his ass, y'all. He said, what's for dinner? Watermelon and chicken? I said, I don't know. Ask your whore of a mother or something like that. Shout out to OM Joshie, man. I appreciate you, man. I'm saying I like Indian food too, man, as a matter of fact. I do. You know what I'm saying? I do. I like I don't like that real hot stuff y'all got. Y'all got some shit that will burn your motherfucking ass to pieces. I don't like hot. I like flavorful hot. I don't like that stuff that, you know what I mean, you don't bring you to your knees. I don't, you know what I mean, I don't like it like that. Shout out to OM Joshie. Shout out to OM Joshie. Bro, I even know what the joke meant, but I knew it was for black people. I tried to be cool. Yeah. OM Joshie. And I'm glad you first of all, I want to thank you for saying that you didn't understand even what you're saying. That's, you know what I mean? Because a lot of times people just say things and they try to act like as if they know, however they really don't. That's a racist joke that's made about black people in America, that black people like watermelon and chicken. You know, as if, and it's funny, white people eat more watermelon and chicken than anybody, right? But however, that's one of those things that they kind of push out there in order to, you know what I mean? I guess it's one of those things that's associated with black people, watermelon and fried chicken. However, I've been to multiple spots, Chick-fil-A and, you know what I'm saying, Popeyes and churches. You see white people eat more. Man, my line. I see white people. I'm gonna see white people gobble up some more chicken, and everybody loves a good watermelon. It was you know what I'm saying? So that's just one of those things. And so when you said it, I thought you were trying to be funny. So therefore, you know what I mean, I was trying to, you know what I mean, combat. But yeah, that's yes, please don't say that anymore, OM Joshie. That definitely can be taken as a slight. That definitely will be taken as a slight by somebody black, somebody really black. I'm not talking about, like, now you got a lot of coward blacks, you know what I mean, over in America, because this country has broken a lot of our people's backs, you know what I mean, and so it has not done that to me. So, but you know, I'm a different kind of guy. I'm a beast of a man, and I'll always be. Shout out to OM Joshie. I didn't mean to offend you in any way. It was purely for jokes. Yes, here's the thing, OM Joshie. I, at least you were honest enough to admit that. You know what I mean? What I will say is that, now here's the thing: when you put your life out here for public consumption, as I've done, I'm a public figure. I'm very small, you know what I mean. But I put my life out there to be dissected, and to be interpreted however people choose to. So if people want to say things, they have the ability to. However, so do I. So that was my response to you. However, I would tell you, don't let, like, and here's the thing. A lot of times people think it's cool. This country and has made it cool, and black people to a certain degree have to be responsible for this as well, have made it cool to be disrespectful toward us. And so what I'm trying to do as my little small is make it uncool. Like you're not gonna disrespect me, and then I'm going to smile and laugh along with you. There's nothing worse than a man who's being insulted and then does not have the guts to either A, understand he's being insulted. You know what I'm saying? Like you so dumb, you don't even know you're being insulted. Or B, you just go along with it and try to smile your way through it. Yeah, I don't do that. I do appreciate that though. Shout out to May. You should have told him to go buy something. Oh man, that's facts. Hey May, now that's true. Hey, Josh, do y'all like deodorant over there? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. Oh God, I didn't think of that. Because the correct response should have been, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You the water ticket, you know what I'm saying? Y'all go get some as soon as you put on some goddamn deodorant. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, hey, OM Joshy, I like you, man. At least you can take it. And see, I like that OM Joshy. I do. You know what I mean? And you know, because some of that stuff is fun, you know what I'm saying? This, that, and the third. But she got you on that one. Yeah, that is true. Now that is true. Shout out to Bay. Yeah, we got jokes. That's my girl. Yeah, we definitely got jokes too. Yeah, we definitely got them. You know what I'm saying? We're not, and here's the thing. You may, a lot of times, OM Josh, you say you from India. And I don't know if you know this, but I'm sure you, matter of fact, I'll ask you, since you are from India, what do they tell you about Black Americans? And what do you hear about Black people in America? We shooting let's get serious for a second. What do you hear about Black Americans, and what do they tell you about us, and what do they tell you to do if and when you come over to America, if at all anything? Give us a little bit of background of what you hear. Shout out to Orm Joshi. That deodorant stereotype absolutely makes no sense. Hey man, you said that don't make no sense. Listen, I have a whole deodorant and perfume collection in my wardrobe. OM Joshi, let me tell you what we know. We do know some Indians that do be smelling. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, and it's the East Indians. But I've been, man, I remember one time I was on the Greyhound bus. Y'all, I never forget. I was trying to take care of some business. I'm on the Greyhound bus, man, and you know when you're on the Greyhound, right? And I never forget the smell that was coming from this Indian couple that was right. They were 2 seats back from me. And I know it was them because you know how you get close and then, you know what I'm saying, all of a sudden you get away and everybody around them, it's like everybody around them smelt them, but they couldn't smell it. You know what I mean? So that was that was something. But I do buy some, but in truth, OM Joshi, I do know that I do get some of my oils and perfumes. I gotta give it the other side as well. There are places that sell them incense and those herbs. I said herbs. Oils and something, and I have been known to go to those Indian shops to get them. However, I was trying to find people that were a lot looking like that were black people straight up that had them. Let me slow down. I haven't really been as successful in finding people that look like me that are in positions to sell things, and that's important to me to be able to build with my community. And OM Joshi, as you should want to build with your community as well. You know what I mean? Shout out to El Cheapo, what you got going for this month. El Cheapo, I appreciate you. El Cheapo, I was just sitting here relaxed. I was getting a little bit of exercise, and then I have to figure out, I took Gizmo to daycare, and then I had to get up and train, and then I wanted to check on this new job that I may be getting. So, you know, we'll see. We'll keep our, you know what I mean, fingers crossed on that. And we'll see. But a lot of times people just don't really particularly want to hire me, which I don't particularly blame. This is why, a man has to create his own opportunities. And, one thing I know that as long as I continue to stay on this path, we'll figure out a way, to make it. Shout out to OM Joshi. But these racist jokes like KFC and watermelon are all on my Instagram reel feed. That's how I learn. Yeah, OM Joshi, I'm not surprised. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Yeah, it's considered okay. I think that's a better word. That's the best word for it. It's okay to make jokes about black people in America. It's okay to make fun of them. It's okay to black men and black women, black men specifically, black women to a second, to a lower, because they're a protected class a lot more than black women. Because however, but yeah, it's fair game, and that's something that absolutely is acceptable around the world. And so a lot of your countrymen, they come over here and don't respect black people. They come over here and they get in these positions, and I was just doing a live about that, where they've taken, they come over here and they get Dunkin' Donuts, Subways, gas stations, motels. They run some of the shittiest, nastiest motels, and then overcharge people to get in them. They create wealth for themselves, and then take the wealth that they get from black people back to their countries. And so what I have always told black people is, stop allowing people to come over to your countries and take your resources. If you really want true respect, you build your own communities up. People respect you, and then they have no choice to respect you, because you have a block. You're a force. You're a power. A lot of times, when you tell people that look like me that, they get scared of that. That's scary talk. It's easier to tell people to go along to get along, and that ain't what I tell people over here in my community. I tell them to be men, and if they don't like that, then that's just what it is. Then my channel ain't for you. Tell them, cheapo, because I don't bag up off nothing I say. Like I'm not one of these guys who's gonna say something that's convenient for people and then run off it. You know what I'm saying? As soon as he don't like, no, I don't roll like that. Shout out cheapo. They don't have supportive services that help the re-entry. Let me see. Shout out to El Cheapo. They don't have supportive services that help the re-entry population. What do you mean? Cheapo, give me a little bit more context. Shout out to OMG. Shout out to OM Joshi. I've never been to America, but I thought racism has almost completely zero in America today. But maybe that's no doubt about it. OM Joshi. No, that's absolutely untrue. No. That racism will always be. Racism is like apple pie in America. Do you know what I mean? Racism is as apple pie. Slow it down. Racism is absolutely racism is as American as apple pie. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Racism is as American as apple pie, and it always will be. Racism is about power more than anything, and access, those that have it and those that don't. And so when you have a country that has we have 84% of one people that don't look like you, that have so much of the wealth pie. They have 84 to 85% of the entire pie of wealth. And then black people that look like me, have 2.5%. Well, how can there truly not be racism? How can you truly, because the wealth gap is so huge, right? The opportunities are so slim to none because you don't own anything. So every time you're looking for something or looking to something, you have to go to someone else to get it. Well, how can you have power if you don't have control of your own communities? And this is what a lot of people really want to run from that, chat. OM Joshi. People that don't like what I say, they want to run from that. You can never get around that. So you just rather deal with the person that's giving the message and how it's delivered. Yeah, that doesn't work with me. That's not gonna work with me. That running from the message because you don't like the person that's giving it is not gonna work for me, because you still in the position that you're in. Right? Everybody knows if you want to get on in America, just come to the black community. We'll put anybody on. This is what the black community does. We put people on. Am I lying? May? Chat? Am I lying? Who haven't we put on? We put Jennifer Lopez on. Let's start there. Just 30 years ago, we put Jennifer Lopez on. Jennifer Lopez got her start in dancing for background and in living color. And then she dated black men up until she didn't need them anymore. Who did she marry? She married that Puerto Rican. What was his name? Ricky Lopez or La Vida Loca? What's that? Y'all, I'm looking right at him with the curly hair. I don't know all them people, right? Who do we put on, y'all? And she married the white man. What's his face? Y'all help me out. Ben Stiller, Ben Affleck. Right? We put on Kim Kardashian. She was on through a sex tape of Ray J. We made these women $1 billion. We made them $1 billion. Their family would only be living off Rob Kardashian's. That, for y'all who don't know, Robert Kardashian was an extremely affluent attorney in California who passed. He was part of the dream team that got OJ off. And it was Robert Dershowitz and Johnny Cochran. You know what I mean? And they got him off the murders, you know what I mean, alleged for, Nicole Brown, Simpson, and the what's-her-face guy, right? Okay, so they had money. They wouldn't have had this money. Look at the black men who they dealt with, and look at what black people have done for them. They couldn't get on with their own community. They couldn't get on over there, right? Look at what we did for what's that girl? Iggy Azalea. We put her on, right? This is what the black community does. Robin Thicke, who did he get on with? Got on with the blacks. This is what we do, y'all. We put people on. Then when they leave us and go someplace else, then we're hurt. We don't understand why somebody rejected us. Yeah, that's the way it goes. People will use you as long as they don't need you. Shout out to May. You're right. You're so right. Thank you, May. I try to, May. Listen, if I'm wrong, I'll accept it. Somebody got to give me some facts, though. Shout out to May. Kim got famous for that video, Ray J. This is facts. And she is worth what? What now? May, look up her net worth for me, please. We know the one girl, Chloe, what's her name? The cute one now. Ain't she got like $1 billion makeup line or something like that? She date that black rapper. What's his name? Y'all don't be knowing these people's names. Little ASAP, or I don't be knowing these people like that. But this is how you get on in the black community. Everybody knows. You go over to the blacks. Shout out Adam 22. Shout out to my dog. You know what I'm saying? Urban Politicians TV. Big Ant. Y'all make sure y'all go check him out. He calls him Nigga Neater 22. That's what he calls him, Nigga Neater 22. You get on in the black community by allowing people, because we'll accept anyone. And other races just won't do that. OM Joshi, am I lying? Will y'all just allow anybody in y'all community? Could I, OM Joshi, be honest with me? And I think that you will. I'm a black man in America. All of a sudden, I decide to move to India and open up a store and sell y'all rugs. I'm just putting that out there. Rugs. Could I be successful? Would your people support me if I was to open up a store selling rugs in India, in East India, in your community? Just give me the real. Shout out to OM Joshi. But I personally love so many black rappers from America and listen to them every day. Playboy Cardi, A$AP Rocky, Uzi Vert, Lil Tech, and so many more. I get you, OM Joshi, and I'll tell you this, right? I don't begrudge you for liking what you like. OM Joshi, who's Ray J, I know Jay-Z. Yeah, Ray J is Brandy's brother. She would only be known, he's only known because of her. She was a very, very talented singer. Is she still talented, May? Like, what you think? Is she still talented? Would you consider Brandy talented these days? And can she still sing? I know she could sing years ago. I don't know about now, but that's how he's her little brother. So that's basically how he got her. And he has a little bit of talent. He isn't, he has some talent. He's not as good as she is, though, or was. Shout out to May. Kim Kardashian, that was 1.7 billion. And there you have it. Shout out to May. This is, May, there's no way she would have been worth that much money if black people did not lift her up. This is what black men do. This is what black men have done. They have allowed other people to come over in their countries, get on, get disrespected. Let me tell you who we are, man. You're going to laugh at this. You remember the girl in high school? She was fat and unattractive. Nobody cared about her. Guys, she would give anybody some head, you know what I mean, that wanted it. I don't mean to be too crass, mate, but this is, we grown here. Nobody really wanted to be seen with her, but she got the car, she got the license, and she'll come pick everybody up at 3 o'clock in the morning. People will, come hang out at her house, eat up all her fucking food, disrespect her, put their feet up on the couch. You know what I'm saying? Raise hell over in her house, because you can't do it at your house. So you come over to her house to do all of this stuff. It's the cool house. She wants friends. So, you go over her house, hang out, do whatever you want to do. That's us. We the fat girl in high school with the car that allows black people are that. And that's not going to work for me. Shout out to OM Joshi. Yeah, man, you be successful. Your business wouldn't be affected because of your skin. In fact, people might get attracted to your shop since they'll see an American black man shopkeeper. It's rare for them. OM Joshi, yeah. Okay. OM Joshi, I'll tell you, first of all, I appreciate you. I think that you seem to be, you might be young. How old are you, OM Joshi? I would disagree respectfully, and not because you don't know your country. I believe that I have enough insight to people to understand that if they're going to spend their money, they just want to shop with the people that look like them, right? They want to give their resources to somebody who looks like them because they understand how to keep their businesses going. They understand that in order for their community to thrive, they don't want somebody else coming in. If they can buy a rug from one of us, right? They have their last $20 and they have somebody that looks like me who they don't know from another community. And they have you that look like you from your own community. Who are they going to spend with? And both rugs are of the same quality. Both rugs, we both have the same rugs, right? I believe that they would go with you. And that's what they should do. That's not a knock on you, OM Joshi. I want you to think I'm throwing any shade at you specifically or your people in this regard. They supposed to go with you. I'm saying that my people should go with them, with us as well. And that's how then we meet at the table. You look at me eye to eye as a man. See, then you don't look at me. I'm not working from a deficit. I'm not working from a position of weakness. And when I'm negotiating with you, I'm negotiating from strength. You can respect that. I can respect that. And then we can come to mutual understanding. However, as long as you look down on me, not you specifically once again, but as long as man looks down on another man, he's trying to negotiate, he will never get a good deal. Am I lying, May? Just tell me if I'm wrong. Shout out to May. Yeah, the girl that everyone used. Yep, this is May. That's the closest thing that I can think of to black people in America. We're the girl that everybody uses, right? And then nobody respects her. And then now she's left. All she got is a wet ass. And she, her car been used up and this, that. And then now you're wondering why. How did I end up in this position? Well, because you didn't respect yourself, young lady. You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't respect yourself. You didn't keep your legs closed. You didn't realize that all attention is not good attention. That's one thing I'll tell Gizmo. Above all else, man, but I'll leave her with a lot of lessons in life. One of them I'll teach you, baby, all attention is not good attention. I want you to understand that just because someone is paying you attention does not mean it is the type of attention that you want. And you are raised by me, which means if I am wise as I believe, then I would not produce a fool. You should know that all attention is not good. Just because some guy smiled at you and told you were pretty does not mean that you have to open your legs. It does not mean that you allow him to use you and disrespect you. Your daddy told you that. Did you read my comment? No, El Cheapo, I'm going to go back. El Cheapo. Supportive services help with felons that, oh, okay, thank you. Supportive services that help with felons to find employment. So at my job, there's a program that is helping formerly incarcerated populations to get forklift license and employment. Okay, El Chibo, that's out there in Cali, right? Yeah, is that anything branching toward this way or anything like that? And that's good. You know what I mean? Because that's why a guy gonna really truly get on. You gotta have some type of certification. You know what I'm saying? That's really, when you don't have a degree or you don't come from money, the next best thing is probably to get some sort of a certification. You know what I mean? Because at least that'll give you an opportunity for, to get into some door. Now, because I have a lot of history of violence, you know what I'm saying? That may or may not affect me, which to this point it has. But I don't make any excuses. I continue to tell my story and I continue to put it out there. And I do know that I'm going to take care of this little girl no matter what. So I'm never going to quit on her. And I know that God is going to, my creator is going to, at some point in time, open up the door that we've been looking for, right? So you just have to continue to stay diligent and stay humble. Like shout out to Cheapo because she blessed me. Y'all don't know, Cheapo blessed me with super chats from the live we did together. I didn't ask for that. I was not going to ask for that because that was not my place. That was her platform. And yes, I gave my time. I get that, right? However, I wanted to give value, provide value before I asked for anything, right? Because here's the thing, what I noticed is when you provide value, then the opportunities will come, right? So I don't ever want to be, and then, she's a small content creator just as I. So, I believe that if you provide value, then if you are valuable, then opportunity and your people will let you know that, and then there'll be opportunities, right? She did not have to do that, and yes, she still did it. Shout out to Cheapo because that was very real. That was real stuff that you did, and I was grateful too because I needed it. You know what I'm saying? That's facts. I cannot lie about that. I really, really need it, and I thank you very much. Shout out to El Cheapo. I'm asking, do they have any of that there? Have you looked into? Well, yeah, Cheapo. It's funny. I was actually going to look into. There was this sheet metal company. I'm supposed to take this test on October 22nd, 7th. So you know what I mean. I'll keep you posted on how that goes. But if that happens, I'm gonna get to this sheet metal apprenticeship. And so that, you know what I'm saying. That's something I'm looking forward to. Really, as of right now, try to just keep this thing afloat. You know what I'm saying? Keep this thing afloat. And, that's what the creative, because even though, because we're treading water, right? You know what I'm saying? We're treading water, doggy paddling. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it just be like that. So you have to do what you have to do, you know what I'm saying, until things get better. Shout out to Cheapo. Shout out to May. You've paid your dues to society, but this stuff still remains on your record for life. This is facts, May. And that's the one thing that's really funny to me. And I say funny in like really comical, is that they say you paid your debt, but yet you still pay. So it's like, you know what I mean? You paid your debt to society, but yet you still pay. Now, if I'm not asking for a job to work with, let's just say for a minute, y'all, listen, I'll be honest with you. There's certain things that a man should be barred from with any type of record if it's not 100% clean, because you're dealing with people who are vulnerable, right? So any type of thing involving children, anything involving the elderly, and I probably wouldn't hire me to be a bank security guard or nothing like that. I wouldn't hire me, right? So barring that, every other opportunity should be opened up, right? It shouldn't be a situation like that, but we know why these things are the way they are, because then now you can put me in that vortex, because now you caught up in that vortex of poverty, and it's very difficult to escape it. You know what I mean? Something cataclysmic has to happen in order for you to be pulled from that. You know what I mean? And most guys end up going back to prison unless they end up, having a woman or something like that. They find a good woman, she puts them on, and she got some money and so forth and so on. They can stay clean. They come from a little bit of money or something like that. However, the recidivism rate is so high because most times when you get out, there's very little opportunity that you can find yourself involved in, right? So you're really just winging it, and you're really just trying to do the best that you can. So then all of a sudden the frustration kicks in, and you're like, well, damn, You know what I mean? And then they put you with these fees. So, let's just say for a minute, hypothetically speaking, y'all, you're a man with child support, and then you have fees, and then you have, if you're in the halfway house, you have those fees, and then you have crime victims restitution fees, and this, that, and the third. So let's say, you have $500, $600, $700 worth of fees. Then you're trying to feed yourself, and then you're trying to clothe yourself, and you're trying to live within your means, and these are the. Well, all of a sudden you look up, y'all, and you working a job that's making $12 or $13 an hour with no real room for growth. You're like, well, damn, by the time I'm done with all this, I'm still $150 in the hole. Right? So, so then you're like, well, shit, I might as well take a shot. And so it's the vortex of poverty. Like I said, unless you're, the president of the United States or somebody, somebody with real true clout, white, you know what I mean? You can commit as many felons as you can commit as many felonies as you want, be charged, do whatever you want. And then you can still become the president of the United States. Must be nice to be white. But something's wrong with me. Shout out to El Cheapo. Something's wrong with me for mentioning that, though. According to the panelists that we had, something will be wrong with me for mentioning that. Like something is wrong. I'm the wrong messenger for that. Yeah, okay, dog. Shout out to El Cheapo. I sent a pic from some numbers you can check into. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Now, here's the thing, Cheapo. The funny part about a lot of these reentry programs, do you know they told me that you had to be like either actively on probation or actively on parole in order to be eligible for some? Like, that was fact. And I applied to UPS. I applied to FedEx. I applied to Target, Walmart. I mean, I applied to so many different businesses and stuff like that. I'm just giving y'all some of the ones that you know what I mean? But here's the thing, and y'all got to know now, and I'm sure you do, Cheapo and chat, a lot of times you can't even really, you're unable to really get a job unless you go into a place right now. They're going to tell you to go online. Even if you work at Church's Chicken, they're going to tell you to go online, right? That's the first thing they're going to tell you. It's difficult a lot of times just walk into a place, because it used to be a time you could do that. You could just walk into a place and say, hey, you know what I mean? Are you hiring, sir? Good afternoon, ma'am. You go in there dressed, you know what I mean, like you appropriately and speaking like you got some proper sense. Excuse me, sir. Good afternoon. I was wondering, could you use any help today? You know what I mean? Just something as simple as that. Yeah, man, we actually looking for somebody. Go on, have a seat. Get an interview right on the spot. And they're asking you, when can you start? It's just not that. It's not that way anymore. Everything is done online now. And so, what if you don't have access to a phone or the internet? You know what I mean? And sometimes, my phone tends to go off, y'all, because I don't have money to pay the bill. In truth, so it's like, you know what I mean? It's like you're always, you know what I mean, just trying to. But that's okay. I'm not making any excuses, y'all. I'm just giving y'all the truth of it. I'm not making no excuses. One thing about Awesome, you know what I'm saying? I don't make no excuses. I'm going to win regardless. I'm going to continue because that's just how I'm cut. I'm just giving y'all the truth of it to understand. If you don't understand it, just to give you a little bit of a clarity on how it looks sometimes. And it can become daunting. But like I said, with my daughter, I know she needs me, so I'm never one of them guys who's going to run from that. And so me knowing that she needs me, as she does, that gives me the strength in order to push forward. And that's just what it is. What city are you from? Shout out to Orange Joshua. I'm from Detroit, man. Well, that's up north, man. Yep, this up north, man. I'm in the South now, you know what I'm saying? But I'm originally from Detroit, Michigan. Yep. Shout out to I was born and raised in the hood. I understand. Yeah, man. Hey, man, what hood you from? You know what I'm saying? What hood you from? What hood you from? What? Yeah, and that's important. You know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing: real men don't want sympathy or empathy. I'm not looking for either. You know what I'm saying? That's not it's not, I don't come on the internet, you know what I'm saying, with a sob story. I'm just simply telling my story because I believe that my story can be used, and I was telling El Cheapo, if y'all haven't seen that interview, make sure y'all go check it out. And shout out to my girl, El Cheapo, y'all make sure y'all go subscribe. It's very important to understand that when you're telling a story, the only thing you're trying to do is tell it, is give the information out. Like, I'm not here to, once again, I told y'all previously, I don't deal with right or wrong. Right or wrong is never something that I'm going to be comfortable with. Right or wrong has no issues on the facts. I'm only dealing with the facts. This is all I deal with. And so that's that. Yeah, applications are online. Yeah, El Cheapo, that's facts. Applications are 100% online. So it's like, unless you know somebody, Cheapo, I'll give you an example. At your job, if you wanted to get on, if I wanted to get on, if Cheapo don't say, you know what, I'm gonna have somebody put, hey, awesome, put this application over in, and I'm gonna have somebody pull it. Now you have a chance because somebody that I know is going to pull said application. If I don't know anybody and I'm just literally putting in the application, just cold turkey, they got a thought, like they're not going, what's going to make my application stand out? They're not, matter of fact, they're not even going to read my, they got 1,000 applications online, somebody recruiting and looking for it. Let's say for a minute, they got 300 applications for 3 positions. I'm just going to throw that out there. So I got a 3 in 300 chance to get said job. They're looking for certain keywords. They're not reading everybody's resume. Nobody's going to do that. Nobody's even got time to do that. They're going to glance over. Okay. Oh, well, he didn't check felon. Oh, okay. Yeah. Because they know when you don't check felon, then they probably going to classify you as one, and they're not going to take time out. And they're going to look at, okay, probably look at schooling. Oh, okay, this nigga got a GED. Yeah. This nigga ain't got no high school. So what, you see what I'm saying? So, and that's just the way it goes when you don't. This is why it's very important for a man to call his own shots. And this is really, I'm trying to do it legally now. You know what I'm saying? Come up with ways that way I can call my own shots. And you know what I mean? And but that's very difficult. You know, it's very difficult, especially doing it this way, because everything is a weight game. Whereas I don't have the ability, y'all, to just walk out there and get to and get to it right now. You know what I'm saying? We're not a care in the world. Everything that I do, y'all, has to be measured. I cannot just go out here and do anything that I want to do and leave because my daughter is going to the system. Who's gonna take care of my daughter better than me? What's gonna happen to a pretty little girl in the system with a bunch of wolves? There. Who's gonna take care of my daughter, y'all? And I left her knowing that how selfish of me. It's not gonna happen, y'all. It's not gonna happen. So it don't matter what it look like, you know, no matter how difficult it might be, I'm gonna go through the fire because I'm not gonna leave my daughter out here to try to figure it out. Not doing that, May. Not doing that, cheapo chat. Not doing it. Shout out to yeah, everything online. Zoom, yep. Zoom. This is facts, May. This is what it is. May. It's who you know, not what you facts. Fact, hey, 100% facts. If you don't know anybody in certain circles, you're not getting in. That's just, unless it's just 100% humble. And I'm going to tell y'all something. Be honest with you, chat. I'm not a lucky man. My talent, and I was just telling somebody this, my talent is outworking the next individual. That's my talent. I'm not going to get an opportunity because I was in the right place at the right time and somebody just happened to like me and give me, you know what I mean, a job making $25 an hour, you know what I'm saying, that has benefits. That's not the way things work for me. I'm not going to hit the lottery for $250 million, you know what I'm saying, and you know, be able to come on live and you know what I'm saying, and you know what I mean, and go crazy and bless all of my original day one subscribers and you know what I'm saying, the people that's not gonna happen for me, right? I have to work hard. I have to think, I have to plan, I have to plot, I have to dig deep. That's just the way it is. For me to be upset about that, for me to run from that would be a problem in itself for me. And it's never a good look for a man to be doing much complaining. It makes you look weak. It makes you look like a man who lacks intestinal fortitude. And that's just unacceptable to me. A lot of guys who might, you know, who would beg to differ. You know, and there's a lot of black men say, oh, it's okay to cry. And this, that. Brother, nobody said it's not okay to cry. I'm telling you, it's wrong to cry in front of your woman. It's wrong to cry in front of your children. It is wrong for them to ever see you in a position, anything other than strong and stoic and a man who can handle things when they come up. Now, if your mother dies, you know what I mean, and you may want to, have that breakdown moment with your wife, something like that. Uh, it's not the worst thing in the world. For me, my tears, if there are any, are for my creator. My tears are not for my woman. They are not for my children. They are not. They are not. The only time my daughter will ever see me cry, she may get a tear from me, is on her wedding day. When I walk her down the aisle, I I lift up her veil, give her a kiss, and then pass her to her soon to be husband. If there is a tear in me, that is when she will see it. She will see this is the original, this is the transfer. I am now giving you to your daddy, to your new daddy. Yeah, I'm your father now. I'm always gonna be here. But you have a this is a part of life. This is the transfer of you to him. If there is a tear in me, that will be the only time that she will be able to see it. But me crying about difficulty, me crying about hardship and pains of the past and pains of the now or even future, that is not what I do on this channel. Now, you got a lot of black men who gonna disagree. I'm sure, you know what I mean? Black men love to have pushback for somebody who looks like them. They love to have smoke for a guy like me. Have none for the people who got 84% of wealth. Have none, want none of that, right? They want none of that. Don't want to address that at all. But that's okay as well. Listen, appreciate y'all for being in here. This is part 2 of the initial live that I dropped earlier. Thank y'all so much for being with Awesome. Appreciate you. I have to take care of something before it slips from my mind. My hair look bomb on that pic. Let me see. You did a really good job on that on that on that thumbnail, Cheapo. When are we gonna do this again? Like, we definitely need to do it again. We got a thing. I think I mentioned that to you. I hit you up on a book. Like, we really, like, people really, really like that. We'll do it without the people on there though. We don't need no panel in it because all that pushback shit, niggas ain't got no real motherfucking pushback. Real, because there's nothing to push back on. Like, what the fuck is you pushing back on? Nigga, if you don't want to be a man, I can't stop you, right? And once again, there's only one way to be a man, and that's just my opinion. That's just where I'm at with it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're not trying to take nothing and get nothing, then you ain't talking about shit. That's just where I'm at, y'all. That may sound very, very. What do you mean you don't want pushback? Pushback about what? We have nothing. I want something. Men have to take it. Where's your? If you don't agree with that, then I don't know. I don't know how I can reach you, and nor do I want to. You know what I'm saying? Nor do I. This is El Cheapo with Awesome. All right. This is that. This ain't no fucking panel where a bunch of If you notice, Cheapo, you never seen me do no panels. I did one about maybe 11 years ago. Oh, not 11 years, about maybe 5 years ago. I'm not getting on here with you niggas, man. You niggas, I'm not getting on a panel with you. For what? You niggas got women and shit and this, that, and the third talking about, man, I don't want to hear that dumb ass shit, man. I don't want to hear that stupid ass shit. You did a great job, Cheapo, and I'm gonna tell you something. Your facial expressions and when you was eating while I was listen, you was so entertaining on the low. Like, all you needed was some popcorn. If you'd have had some popcorn and some glasses and you'd have just sat back, like, I was rolling. Cause I'm like, I see what the chat was like, cause you are very, very naturally, because you came off as very authentic. Like, it was so like, because I was looking at your face because I couldn't really, when you run in your mouth, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't really, I'm concentrating on what I'm saying. I wasn't really paying attention. But on the replay, I see why the chat love you. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we definitely figure something out. You know what I'm saying, to make it a consistent thing, get the people what they want. And they tell them, listen, man, we come here with Awesome got to say. We don't give a fuck about what you other niggas got to say. Cheapo line them up, I set them up, or Cheapo set them up, I knock them down. You know, we'll be the best 1-2 punch on YouTube. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Most of these people are corny anyway. And Cheapo, there's an authenticness to you that's really, really refreshing as well. You show your flaws as well, and you are open about them. That's why I think a lot of people like you. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's why people at least respect me as well. We're two of the few. We're like-minded in that regard. You talk about your weight. You talk about the things that you're uncomfortable with. You are very, very open and transparent in that regard. You don't try to hide behind no bullshit. And that's, people like that. You know what I'm saying? At least real people do. You know what I'm saying? I know I got a lot of respect for you. I'm done flying your flag. I ain't about to keep flying your flag. Shout out to Super May. I was watching too. Some of those people just want to drag. Yeah, say, man, you really just want to drag a black. You really just want to be combative. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really want to be combative for nothing. And like I said, and let me ask you this, May, let me ask you a question. Cheapo, I'm not going to put you in this because, you know what I mean? You got to do the thing with me. So I'm not going to ask you this. This integrity issue, would you rather your man be courageous and have something to show for his efforts and be in control of his environment, or would you rather have a man who has integrity? What would you, if you could just pick one? Like, okay, he has control, what I said, or he has integrity. And I believe integrity, y'all, in truth, and we didn't get into this, is doing the right thing when no one is looking. That to me is really what, but like I said, integrity is what I do every day with my daughter, and I don't have to get on, you know what I mean, no platform that's obvious. But I would ask the chat, you got one of two. Because I don't believe if you have courage, nothing else matters. Because a man with integrity but no courage, how far can he get? What is out here for him? Yeah, he got integrity. Yeah, but you have no guts or no courage to create an opportunity for yourself. Oh, but yeah, he's a good man though. What does that look like for a woman who wants a man to, like how can she feel protected by that man? What does that look like? Shout out to El Cheapo. That's her line. What does that look like? Okay, he got integrity, but you got no fucking roof to be, nigga, you can't, what? There lies my biggest, and once again, Cheapo, and this is what I always say about a lot of these guys. They have all of the answers, but yet none of the answers. You know what I'm saying? You come online, you say these things, but then when you really break them down when you really break a thing down to try to extract it, when you break it down, when you boil it down when you reduce it to its lowest common denominator, what do you got? That's that guy. I'm that guy, Cheapo, chat. When you reduce a thing to its bottom line, what do you have? You got integrity. Black people have always had it. Who has more integrity than a black man and black woman in America? What if we've shown nothing else? We've shown that. We've always had that. What did it get us? I'm gonna drop the mic on that. Shout out to May. I would rather courage, strength for him to be real. There you have it. And I'm gonna tell you something. May's just not agreeing with me. May's a smart woman. She didn't have to agree with me. It's not a she has her own mind. It's not a contest. It's just this is what women want. And they should want that. I don't want a man, I don't want my daughter to be with a man who cannot handle his business. I don't give a fuck about you having integrity, nigga, if you can't protect my daughter. I don't give a fuck about your integrity. What? Yeah, man, he's a good man. He go to church every day. He do the right thing. You know what's funny, y'all? The niggas that's always saying they do the right thing is the ones who the shittiest anyway. Think about it, y'all. These motherfuckers who swear up and down, y'all, that they don't do nothing wrong, and they give us they paint themselves in this picture, in this light of always being the best people that we can possibly ever imagine. Y'all remember how we looked at Will Smith before he got with Jada and before he walked onto the stage and he smacked the shit out of Chris Rock for making a joke about that horrible wife of his? How did we look at Will Smith? Will Smith was the guy every girl wanted, every woman, mother wanted her daughter to be Will Smith. Meg, stop me if I'm lying. Cheapo, get back in here. Am I lying? He was perfect in the black community's eyes. Didn't drink, didn't smoke, music was clean, handsome, tall, wealthy. I don't hear nobody, man. Man, I don't hear him. They thought Will Smith was perfect. He had the clean-cut image. You couldn't touch him. Married his wife, had his first son, Trey. Here's where Will Smith messed up. I don't know about his sexuality. Some people always talk about him. I'm not getting into that because I don't know nothing about that. I don't get into the man's. I'm not here to talk about it, what another man do in the bedroom. I ain't been there and I don't know. What I do know is this. He messed up when he left his first wife for Jada. Biggest mistake he ever made. Should have stuck with her. She was the one who was there with you before all the glitz and glamour. She had your first child. He left her for Jada. And everybody knows she didn't want him. She wanted Tupac. Everybody knows that. She was in love with Piccolo. Y'all remember? Y'all remember he was Piccolo on the what's that, real, what the hell is that, Different World? This is facts. Everybody thought Will Smith was perfect. Everybody thought Will Smith could not do anything wrong in the black community. Then all this stuff starts to come out. And you fast forward it to the slap. I watched that live. And I didn't even believe it was a slap. I thought it was part of a skit. It was only until I looked at the audience I realized, oh, this ain't a joke. This really happened. Because Lupita Nyong'o, if I'm not mistaken, was right behind him. Her mouth was open. The way she looked, I said, oh, this ain't a skit. He really, really smacked him. He smacked Chris Rock, another black man, a comedian, for making a joke. And it was a bullshit joke. It wasn't even a disrespectful joke. But Will Smith, that really wasn't toward him. He just needed somebody to crash out on. Now, let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all think Will Smith would have smacked Jerry Seinfeld for that same joke? He know better than get up there and smack a white man, especially a Jewish one. Do y'all think he would have smacked big-ass Terry Crews? No. Think he would have smacked The Rock? No. You smacked little-ass Chris Rock? Once again, y'all, not trying to drag Will about this. It's a bad move. Horrible move. Horrible, horrible, horrible move. He's not perfect. So these people that try to continuously present themselves to us as perfect, it's time to pull the covers back. That's just where I'm at with it. Shout out to El Cheapo. I appreciate you too. Maybe I'd rather encourage. I got that. Yep, I love Will Smith, but that incident made us look bad as people. I can't agree more, May. It made black men look terrible. It did. I was like, whoa, bro. And y'all know how it is for our race. When one person does something, all of us do it. You know what I'm saying? It's not just, see, we're judged by our worst. Everybody else is judged by their best. We're judged by our worst moments. And that was a bad one. That was bad. because it showed so many different things at so many different times. I think Cheapo and I will review that too. You know what I mean? I got some things that because a lot of some old stuff. I think I'll come up with some different concepts and stuff like that. I think we're gonna get more into that. Shout out to May. I don't think it was that way. Man, hell no. What? Get the fuck. Sister, hell no. You gonna smack who? No. He would never smack the white man. He would, if Chris Rock, listen, man, if Chris Rock was a white man who made that very same joke, he would, and people been talking about Jada for years. He never smacked nobody. You picked that time to smack Chris Rock? You smacked that man at the Oscars in front of all of these white people for a bullshit ass joke about a bullshit ass movie? Everybody knows Jada can't fucking act. Everybody know. Well, let me bag that up. Jada did pretty good in Poetic Justice. Not Poetic Justice. What's the movie, y'all? God damn it. With the help me out, man. She was in the fucking Jason's Lyric. She did good in that. And what's the other movie? Set It Off. I can't think of anything else that I can say Jada Pinkett movie-wise did that I was like, yeah. She was a pretty good actress in A Different World. That was a sitcom. Matrix, I wasn't impressed. Can anybody think of anything else? Am I missing anything? That's about it. Yeah, I mean, what the fuck you want from me? That's it. So, very important, y'all, that we stop trying to hold people up because they're humans, and humans are fallible. Me, Kendra, Cheapo, the most fallible. That's the way it goes. Getting up out of here. Y'all, appreciate y'all for being in here with the Awesum and the Gizmo Show. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe button. Make sure y'all, you know what I'm saying, stay tuned in. I'm out of here. Jada didn't do much. She lived off with my, oh, no, she didn't. And she never will. Shout out to El Cheapo. So are you always so tough and rough? Yes. Yeah, it's truth. Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Cheapo. Yeah. Shout out to Cheapo. Yeah. I think so. I think there's probably moments where another side of me shows. Gizmo did a really good job with me in that regard. Because listen, if you think I'm tough, you should have seen before she came around. Ooh, Lord, man. She's opened up. She's giving me a little bit more. She's giving me back some of my humanity. She really has. And yeah, that's my daddy's pumpkin. But yeah, I don't see being nice as a prerequisite for being successful. I really don't. And everything around me has told me that. So no, I'm interested in being. I'm interested in winning. I'm interested in succeeding. We're gonna do a video. Cheapo, I'm gonna send you something. Cheapo, you know, do that overlay. I'm gonna see something. You can do I got something for you. I just thought about it, and it just hit me, and I'm going to do that as soon as I get off. Yep, I sure am, because I'm about to get off right now, and I'm gonna take it. But listen, everybody be good. Everybody be, except me. I ain't gonna be good. I'm gonna be good at it. Ah!